Taisha, and I'm back with another great video. By the thumbnail and the title, I hope I caught your attention. Pretty much, when thirst trapping gets deadly, that's pretty much what it is. And I know some people are gonna be like, Taisha, why are you smiling? Why are you laughing? What's your problem? I don't care, because I had an idea, you know, to really bring this story to life on a live video. However, I don't think that, you know, I want to deal with the trolls and all that kind of stuff right now. And plus, I want to put some information on there so that I don't have you going back to look up links, just taking my word for it. I want to actually put the screenshots, the images up so that they don't disappear. They're here, that it's timeless. You can come back and refer to it. And what my ultimate goal is with this video is to save a life. And the life that I want to save is, you know, victims, people who just are not thinking right, who have not gotten to that level of critical thinking skills to be able to keep themselves in a situation like this. So I'm going to get right to it. Pretty much July 14th in Clayton County, Georgia, a suspect who is deceased, the deceased, Sijeria Parks, orchestrated an attempted robbery by luring a man from social media to her residence that she shared with 2 children. At Park's residence, there were 3 other unidentified males in the residence who participated in this attempted robbery of this male victim. The tables turned because they thought they had an easy mark, but the mark, he had his own gun. And he was quick at the draw, and he was a better shot than everybody else. Therefore, he walked away. Unfortunately, or as it so be, Sijeria Parks, she perished as a result of a gunshot wound to the head. The response that I'm seeing from many people in the comment section on these posts on Facebook is, we're gonna pray for her, and it's a life lost, and this and that. I'm really like, look, you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. Once I read this article about Sijeria Parks, what I did in return is I went to Facebook and I looked up her name. So among the first results of the search was the news articles and what different people commented. Then I found someone by the name of Tiffany Parks, and Tiffany Parks had a GoFundMe up for Sijeria Parks. So I'm like, okay, like my name, Taisha, Sijeria Parks is very unique. I'm pretty sure this is the same person. So I click on the Tiffany Parks post, and I will put that right here so you can see it. She solicited funds to bury Sijeria Parks and her children. And I'm like, okay, I'm seeing this. Shout out to TBA. I will link his channel right here. For coining this phrase, go fraud me. GoFundMe is not to be used as life insurance, medical insurance, any kind of insurance. It is not. That is not the idea for it. So this Go Fraud Me page that Tiffany Parks, I wonder if she's the same person, called Angel Doll, set up for Sijeria Parks and her children. They had a targeted goal of $5,000. And when I saw it today, I believe it was like $50. I know somebody gave $25, and I wonder where that came from. But bless their hearts. And I'm like, okay, why doesn't she have life insurance? Why didn't she have anything set up for her children? And so as a result, I go to Sijeria Parks' Facebook page, which is now memorialized. It's up there for everybody to see. This was definitely a crime of desperation. This was definitely a crime, and there's nothing to feel sorry about. I'm going to give it to you flat out. Once I left the Church of Christianity, no, I'm not, all these are God's children and stuff like that. If you scroll through Tiffany Parks' page, the aunt of the deceased, she has all types of scriptures and little scripture memes and all this stuff, and I'm like, really? And she's up here covering for her criminal niece. So you know the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And speaking of the apple falling too far from the tree, there was statements made by the deceased mother. I'm not sure if it's the birth mother. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not, because it's a different last name. And once I read on the deceased Facebook page, she admitted to being a foster in the foster care system. So I believe that this is the foster mother that's making these claims and lying for the deceased. When you look and see all this, well, you know, she's God's child, and God sends his blessings and all kinds of stupid stuff. And that's the kind of stuff that I want to keep y'all from. That's why I go so hard on Christianity. That's why I bang on the black church, because this is where people who do the most heinous crimes, who live the most terrible lifestyle, who reign the most terror on people just for shits and giggles, go hide. You know, how can you believe that you deserve God's blessing and you just try to rob and kill somebody? You know, why are you feeling this way? That's why I stay far the F word away from the black church and anybody who is covered in the blood of Jesus, especially shit like this. When you see a person's Facebook page look anything like Tiffany Parks, you stay the hell away from them, okay? Because they cannot be trusted. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to that conclusion. They cannot be trusted, because the majority of people I deal with who rob, kill, steal, maim, whatever, their Facebook pages look just like that. They ride around with no car insurance and put a Bible on the dashboard. They do the most evilest shit to people, but got Jesus' hands tattooed on them. Yeah, you stay the hell away from those type of people. So going to Sijeria Parks, the deceased Facebook page, you'll scroll it and just see that, yeah, this was a troubled young lady. You will see she was very troubled. Apparently she was a mother of 2, and she talks about the men that she voluntarily laid down with to make these 2 children. She called them everything from niggas to ain't shit niggas, and put them on child support and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, okay, I see where this is going. She expressed that she was going through desperate times, did not have money for the child's birthday, and then her birthday was coming up. So you can assume that she was, you know, wanting to do some desperate things to celebrate these milestones in her life and her children's life. Unfortunately, she met her demise that way. And speaking of her demise, you know those name test games people play on Facebook? I freaking hate those things. I really do. She just happened to take one a couple of weeks ago that predicted her death. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And it looks as though she died right before she turned 20. So that's why they keep calling her a teenager. But yeah, she name test herself, her death. Yeah, it's kind of wild. She made a post about just not sleeping. She's gonna keep going until she's dead to try to get money. And then I saw her kind of, you know, using her Facebook page as a vision board. She was going to this furniture store, and I guess, you know, the apartment she had didn't really have too much furniture in it, but she was like, you know, trying to manifest these things on Facebook, using that as a vision board. Nothing wrong with that, you know. To get to this point where you are inviting strangers, people who are willing to commit, you know, felonies in your home where you reside with your children, that's where she got the game all fucked up. And young ladies, okay, young ladies, I feel like I'm at the age where, well, I've been an auntie since I was 10, but I feel like I'm at the age right now where younger women are looking up to me as the auntie, you know, to have that wisdom, to kind of put some wisdom on them. And they may not use it right then, but they'll remember what Auntie Taisha said. Young ladies, yes. If you have people in your circle who cannot lead you to get money legally, morally, during desperate times, you have some rethinking, and you need to evaluate your life, okay? You need to change your circle. And one thing I noticed with Sijeria's Facebook page is she would continue sharing next week's clip of Love and Hip Hop And I know she lives in the greater Atlanta area, and it's like, okay, you know, that's the lifestyle they're looking up to. And the culture we have right now, where our young ladies are being groomed into this fast lifestyle, this get money lifestyle, this live flashy lifestyle, when your idols and who you look up to is Cardi B, you know, who openly talks about robbing and drugging men, you know, that's who they got to look up to.
Inside my machine. DNA in my DD. Come here, bitch. What you take cash?
Speaking to the brothers that's my age and a little bit older, because I know that the brothers my age and a little bit older, they want to, you know, they tend to go after the young ladies, early 20s and stuff like that. My word to y'all is y'all need to be careful, because in this age and time we in right now, this age and time we in right here, these young girls, and I'm not saying all of them, but I'm just saying it's a good number of these young girls here right now, they have no morals. They have no fucks to give. They are out of fucks to give, okay? They will trap your ass, they will rob your ass, and make a rap about it the next day in hopes of going platinum. Shout out to Lil TK, who just got, like 55 years for his involvement in a homicide that resulted from a robbery. Yeah.
Bitch try to rob me, make her dance, Michael Jackson.
Some of these dating apps, like, what is it? No, it's not GoFundMe. That's the other one. Plenty of Fish, Grinder, Tinder. What's another one? That's all I can think of right now. Meetup, Black People Meet. Do people still do that? Yeah, stuff like that. Stay the hell out of them. Stay the hell out of them. And I ain't speaking to you from a point like, oh, I never did that, I'm too good for that. No, I met some people off of POF back in the day, and as you see, ain't none of that worked out. I'm like, why did I do that? But, you know, you learn lessons, and I'm happy to be here alive and telling you the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts. And speaking of that, I know there's a person who still trolls my channel, and I'm going to go ahead and put their business out there. This is a story from them that was told to me. They met or linked up with a female on one of the dating apps. And so this male went to go to the location that they agreed to meet at. So he's sitting there, he backed up into the parking spot at this apartment complex, and he's like waiting for her to come down to the vehicle. Next thing you know, some stick-up boys robbed his ass. Yup. So, and it's like, did not know who this female was, never met her, but he drove his happy ass over there, thirst trapping, thirsty in the mug, to go over there and get that action. But that action got pulled on him. And another time, I was actually working as a police officer. I was a rookie. This is my rookie days. And I remember getting a dispatch to one of the apartment complexes in my area. And it was in regards to a male. He said he talked to his friend on the phone, and she was requesting he come there to help her. She was in some kind of danger. It was called a unspecified problem or something. And so I get the dispatch. I start en route to get over there. Luckily enough, there was a senior. He wasn't like an old crusty officer. He was, you know, like a just a mid-career officer that was already there. So I'm glad he was there first. He was there cooling and talking with the reporting person. And so I roll up, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, it's a rookie. I want to get all the facts, and I want to just, you know, do what I got to do. So the other officer, he's getting information, and there was a brother there. And the brother was like, yeah, you know, I met this female. I don't know how they met, but they was doing the BlackBerry Messenger, the BBM. And I hope I'm not dating myself, but it's okay because I still look good. But they was on BBM, and she messaged him like, come over here quick, I need your help, just something like that. And so she gave him an address. Luckily for this brother, he actually, before he went up to the location that she told him, he went ahead and called us so that we could be there with him. And the senior officer that was there, he was like, you were getting set up to get robbed. And I'm sitting there like, what? Yeah, I'd never heard that before. I'm like, whoa. And as the veteran officer, the senior officer was explaining it, I'm like, yeah, he was gonna get robbed. And that has happened a lot. That's typical of people ordering pizza or ordering Chinese food. Then when the delivery driver gets there, they rob them, steal their car, all kinds of stuff. So I started picking up on that trend, like, yeah, that's how it works. Brothers. I know that a lot of times, you know, the nether regions may get the best of your mind, but you can't be out here trying to drink water and quench your thirst out the sewer. No, you can't be fishing for fish in the sewer, because that thirst trap might end up deadly. And for this brother that went over there, they was already plotting and planning on him being a mark. There was a unidentified witness who reported that this group of individuals were talking about setting him up and things like that. And when I look at the video of the apartment complex and the images, they really did not have porches. It was just a common outside area. So, you know, people go outside, they smoke, and, you know, they talk, they get loud, and people, you know, pick it up within earshot and hear what's going on. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. Talk about being a hard target, okay? You can't be a soft target. This brother, or I'm sorry, the victim, I can't really fault him for using social media. Social media is what I connect with people who are subscribers to my channel, people who I've met in person, people who I've been connected to through other good friends. We're all here on social media. And yes, you still have to use discernment when it comes to stuff. Discernment is not solely a Christian term. You just have to know how to pay attention to when something don't feel right, it don't feel right. And law enforcement, they always said, if you're going to something and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, or you just get that sickly feeling like something ain't right, that has saved me a number of times where I'm like, okay, let me get here. Or you just happen to get dispatched to something and you're like right around the block and you're like, okay, something don't feel right. Let dispatch know I'm going to stand by for my backup unit. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. And the times I've done that, yeah, if I had went by myself, yeah, it would have been real nasty. So if you get a vibe off somebody, pay attention to your vibes. You know, you really have to get yourself to a place where you are level-headed and thinking in the means of survival. Okay, there's nothing wrong with using dating apps. They're out there. It's what they're for. You know, as long as you're using them to meet up and you're two consenting adults. Okay, you ain't using it to do stuff to little kids or illegal stuff. Two consenting adults can absolutely meet up, do what they do, whatever. But you gotta pay attention to some shit, okay? If you're going to somebody's house on like the first date, I know we've all done some kind of risky things. We've done some risky things. If you're here to watch this video, if you're here to comment about it, then things worked out. And I'm happy about that. But don't let that next time be your last time, okay? Luckily for the pre-planned victim, or you know, the victim in this situation, he's able to walk away and he was able to, you know, tell his side of the story and get away. But yeah, you really have to not go to somebody's house on the first day. I know the whole Netflix and chill thing was real popular. That's not safe. That's not safe, okay? You have to think about your home. Your home is where, you know, your everything is. You lay your defenses down and go to sleep. Your children are there. You eat there. All your business is there. You just can't give everybody the key and put out the welcome mat for everybody to come to your home. Nor can you accept everybody's invitation to come to their home. I have friends and family members, you know, when I go places and I like, hey, they stay over here. People say, girl, don't you go over there after dark. Girl, don't you go over there. They had their asses meet you somewhere else. I'm like, I ain't going over there. You live in the hood and I ain't going over there. Okay? To close this out, I want to talk about just not everybody who dies needs, I don't know, condolences in that respect. I said this a number of times before. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Had this young lady been on a direction, and that's where I look around and see the women in her life, and I'm gonna call them females. The females in her life failed her because they did not guide her. And it's like a sisterhood of failure. And I talk about that on another video, the sisterhood of failure. If the females in your life aren't getting you to where you should be, you should not have to where your last attempt is to commit crimes. And we have to stop glorifying people's, you know, struggles, okay? You don't need celebration if you had to go and rob people and strip. I'm sorry, but stripping is not an honorable profession. I know it's big in Atlanta. I know that's the thing, and the dream is too. And oh my gosh, I just realized that the deceased, she had the Atlanta rags to riches dream. You know, she came from, you know, whatever her situation is, they got her to foster care. She just got her high school diploma recently. She was going to cosmetology school. Yeah, that's exactly. She was living as her surroundings. That's not the ultimate come up. That's not the glow up, boo boos. That's not. And no. As far as living and your whole goal is to get over on people, but you're gonna pray about it later. That's not it. She was failed. So I mean, she's an adult. She has to take responsibility, and now ultimately she paid that ultimate price for her actions and her deeds and her decisions. However, any other female that's related to her and around her, she was giving out signs on her social media that she needed help. She really was. And for everybody who did not respond to her help, and ultimately she felt as though this was her only option, you failed her. You really did. You really failed her. Her blood is on your hands as well. She made posts talking about depression. She made posts, you know, it was kind of like, these are my confessions, putting those on her social medias publicly, you know. And I know that children who are in foster care, they go through a lot. I know they go through a lot. And I'm pretty sure that her two boys loved her and looked up to her. And that's probably what pushed her to do the unthinkable that took her away from them. If you're seeing any of this on your loved one's social media, or you just look at their situation, you know, you go to their house, do regular checkups on people. Look at their freaking refrigerator. If you know they ain't got no job and they got children and they're, you know, really scraping, something's going on. Okay, and truly enough that not everybody who is struggling wants to be saved or will accept help. But yeah, it really is. You feed somebody, you feed them for a day. But you teach them how to feed themselves, they eat for a lifetime. We definitely have to take responsibility for our young sisters. We really do. And as much as I can come off and continue to bash her about this decision and stuff like that, women, black women, we have to close ranks, and we have to take care of our little sisters. We got to take care of our daughters, our nieces, okay? And yeah, we have to teach them how to properly vet men. She had 2 children by 2 men who did not step in to intervene to keep her from going through these desperate measures. We definitely have to do better as a black sisterhood. And like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and point blame or nothing like that. That's all I got to say about that situation. I just want people to make better decisions, to not be soft targets, to not put themselves in situations that's dangerous, that's thoughtless, and just deadly. Don't do that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you felt about this commentary. Let me know what your thoughts are. Share it, invite other people to watch it. I welcome you to check out other videos on my channel. Just want to say thank you to everyone who has taken a second, millisecond, a fraction of a second, even they took a second out of their day to give me a thumbs down on any one of my 181 videos. I just want to say thank you, because you have helped me, get to over 6,000 subscribers. And like I said, I'm not in this for the subscriber count. I'm not like, oh my gosh, please sub, like, and all that stuff. I'm like, no, if you cool with me, we gonna cool, we gonna chill, we gonna grow. This is, you know, the evolution from black female to black woman. God is black woman, and that's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to think better, do better, and just share this journey, be transparent so you can see it too. This video has been long enough. Like I said, subscribe, join me on other social media platforms, and I will see you on the next video.
Fearless, cause I know that everywhere I go, the ancestors will be near us saying Kofa. We are the true to life avatars. They made us forget with slave whips and the battle scars. Will remind us of the pain that we receive anytime we use our brain. Give thanks, cause Yah Asante was so brave. She fought for freedom when some man wouldn't do the same. Cause Khalid was so black and bold, and John Clark was so smart, he helped us crack the code.
Hey, it's Taisha, and I'm here at the Broadfield Plantation. Getting ready to go on the tour. So happy.
Is there anybody here with us?
What is your name? Christian. Are you friendly?